if y'all don't notice that, we talked about this like on my show, in my bag podcast. But do y'all understand like what's going on with our kids? Like y'all don't see that every day we have a story about kids that's fucked up. So there's something going on. You know, like they say, it's a Mercury shift. Like there's something going on when it comes down to our kids. Our kids are targeted. And we have to have like, even if you're not an advocate or activist, you have to give a fuck because whether it's not your kids, it could be your grandkids, it could be your nieces and nephews, whoever, they are at Target, okay? Meaning like, and I'm not talking about shopping at Target. They are targeting us. And especially us with boys and stuff like that. You got to be very careful. It's getting really crazy out here. Now, this was going to be Hood Action News. But it decided that this was not Hood Action News because we got a Hood Action News today that we really must talk about. So we're going to talk about this really quick because I think this is a conversation that we're going to have with our teenage boys once again. So, oh man, this is just crazy. How do I talk about this? So, Virginia Tech student, all right? He was arrested for basically Virginia Tech. He's on the football team. He's a big time football player. He was arrested for allegedly killing a transsexual that he met on an internet dating app. Okay. So basically he met up with this and the person was white. He met up with this woman and from the app, and as soon as they met, the lady gave him oral sex. Guess he loved it. They talked again or whatever. And then he found out that night that the lady wasn't a lady, that it was a man. And he basically beat her to death. The description of how he beat her him was really rough. His name was 40-year-old Jerry Paul Smith. He's a white boy at that. So that's reason why I'm bringing up that his color is because this happened in Virginia. And if you know anything about Virginia, you know that Virginia is what? Commonwealth state. So this boy might be looking at the death penalty or something. I'm not joking. This is like really fucking crazy. All right. So, so basically they met up, they had oral sex, blah, 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 blah. So he found out it was a man, killed him. All right. They decided, this is what happened. They said that Etute, okay, let me give you his full name so you can look this up for yourself. This shit is crazy. His name is Isimemen Etute, okay? Isimemen Etute. And when he found out the guy was a man, he beat his ass. Listen to what he said. They said Etute became angry and punched Smith multiple times in the face. In addition, he allegedly stomped on Smith with so much force that it broke every bone in Smith's face. He told police that he punched a sexual partner 5 times in the face and stomped on him after discovering the person he thought was a woman was actually a man. According to the autopsy, all the bones in Smith's face was broken, his teeth was missing, and he had multiple cranial fractures. So he beat him to death, basically. And prosecutors immediately appealed the decision. So they tried to give him bail, but then the prosecution was like, no, he should not get bail. And on Wednesday, June 9th, that was yesterday, the judge put a stay on the $75,000 secured bond for at least 5 days. So they want him in jail for at least 5 more days. And his preliminary hearing is set for September 23rd. Now, you know, this is a hard topic to talk about, but this is something that we need to talk about with our children, right? Because it's like, first of all, this dating online thing is getting out of control. So when you have a son that's about 12 years old, it might be time to have that conversation. 12 is always my number. 12 is right before 13. I think it's time to have a conversation that there's guys that dress like girls. Everybody's not a girl. Things that maybe you need to look for this before you just go and let somebody suck your dick. Maybe you need to look at this, or maybe you need to look at that. And maybe you need to talk to people. Maybe you need to, look for stuff. I remember back in the day, they used to say, look for the Adam's apple. And nowadays, I don't even know if people do that because a lot of guys don't even have Adam apple no more. But like, look for certain signs. Look at the feet. Look at the forearm. Even when you meet a big girl, she ain't gonna have no big, hard, strong forearm. Look at something. And it's sad that we're gonna have to have these conversations with our sons. But you know what? This is what we're gonna have to do. I mean, what do you guys think? Okay? Definitely. What do you guys think? Like, are you guys feeling comfortable to talk about this type of stuff with your children? Like, what's going on? And then Beautiful Lady said, transsexuals must start being more honest and transparent. Yeah. Transsexuals must start being more honest and transparent. I know that's the discrimination against them is high, but accountability on their part should be discussed. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree. And I agree with that. I agree. It should be some law and order for this. I definitely tell my sons that you can just be out there jumping. Yup, sure do have to talk to sons. I mean, if you have any opinion about this, feel free to call us at 646-854-8925. The last story of the day I'm going to tell you about, it's going to really you're going to be like, God damn, this is crazy. I'm definitely going to talk with my 9-year-old brother about this when he gets older. What age should we start talking about these topics? I agree. Stop taking people's choice away. Oh my God. What age should we start talking about these things with our children? Like, honestly, what age should we be talking about this? Like, is it an age? Or I think 12. I think right after public school, you got to know what's going on in the world. So I think, what's that, 12? I think that after 12, you need to be able to have these conversations with your kids, because you got to teach them. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about that with their kids. They don't want them to know about this stuff. But at the end of the day, somebody's going to have to let somebody know about something, because these little boys, they love head and they're going to get caught up out there. And then what are you going to say about this? Definitely comfortable talking to my 15-year-old about it. So like I said, you can call up at 646-854-8925 if you have any opinion on this or anything that we talked about today. Definitely trying to make you guys more comfortable calling in. If not, you could comment and say whatever you